We've seen how to control access to entire lessons, but quite often it's useful to allow visitors to see parts of a lesson, for instance, some or all of the text, while denying access to other parts, for instance, the video. This helps with SEO as well. If all the content's hidden from public view, there's nothing for search engines to find. In this lesson, I'm going to demonstrate how to hide part of a lesson only using emember section protection or partial protection shortcodes. We don't want to have two types of content protection active at the same time. So first, go back to emember, membership level, manage content protection, and disable the protection that we set up in the previous lesson. At the moment, all these lessons are protected. Select them and uncheck them all, and click Set Protection again, and now the protection's removed. We can also remove Grant Access from them all for both the levels. So now all the lessons are open access again. Now we'll set up partial protection to deny access to the video whilst leaving the lesson text open. Open up one of the lessons, I'm using the first one, in the lesson editor. We do this using WP emember shortcodes. I've put a link to the list of partial protection shortcodes in the lesson text. If you've used WordPress shortcodes before, how these work will be very familiar to you. If we copy the simplest of them, emember protected, and paste that in before the opening lesson video div, and put a closing shortcode with a / after the closing div tag for the video, then when we go back to the test browser, making sure that we're logged out and try to access that lesson, we'll see instead the message, "This content is for members only." That's protected using the shortcode emember protected, which means that anybody who's logged in as an emember user will be able to gain access. What we probably want is to protect it such that only users logged in at the relevant levels can see the protected content. We achieve that by adding 4 equals and then the level number. The level number for this course is 4. We also want to grant access to the monthly subscription level. We can allow access to multiple levels by hyphenating them together, so 4 equals 3-4. Now if we go back to the test browser and log back in again, that user can now see the lesson video. And so can the monthly subscriber. Log out and go back to the lesson. We might like to hide this message that the content is for members only, or perhaps replace it with some other version of the text for logged out users. In that way we can deliver different content to different visitors according to their membership status or their logged in, logged out status. Go back to the list of shortcodes and scroll down to Section Protection without the Content is Protected message. Copy and paste Do Not Show Restricted message equals 1. Click Update, refresh the lesson in the other browser, and now there's nothing to show that there's any protected content. You'll be able to see that this allows us to control who sees what in quite a sophisticated way. Later I'll use shortcodes in this way to change the shopping cart buttons so that logged out users see buttons saying Add to Cart, whereas for logged in users who are members on a course, the buttons change and say You're enrolled, go to course. That comes a bit later, after we've installed eStore. As far as my course is concerned, I actually want to show that restricted message. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to remove that, update, and refresh. And that's what it's going to look like, so that people are alerted to the fact that there's something missing that they need to pay for. Now, before I make the next lesson, I'm going to go through all the lessons that I've already done, and I'm going to surround the video with that protection code so that all the videos are protected in the same way. In the next lesson, we'll set up a login widget using another emember shortcode and install a plugin to control where that widget appears.